New story out about how 18 policy advisors to Romney put together a 5-page memo saying that, hey, if you win the election, we got a great idea. Let's bring back torture. So let me begin the quotes. Either immediately promise to rescind Obama's executive order upon taking office, this is the memo telling Romney what to do, or initiate a comprehensive review of interrogation policy that ends with Romney rescinding Obama's executive order.
Who writes that shit down?
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I mean, like just say, either rescind the executive order or, at the very least, take under a comprehensive policy review. Don't then say that ends with the thing you asked for, which just tells us do a comprehensive policy review.
Yeah, because it's not like Romney's an idiot. When you say or do a comprehensive policy review, he knows what that means anyway. You didn't have to spell it out. But they get worse.
Yeah.
They say, don't worry, the comprehensive policy review will, quote, will make Romney appear open-minded and empirically driven. Even though we just told you in the line before in the memo, the conclusion is already ironclad.
No, really, how fucking stupid do you have to be? This goes to what my point was throughout, and you were going to, at very least, you sort of already given me credit, but you will give me credit after Election Day. They're not smart. They're not good at this. George Bush's political guys were very good at this. They were really great. They knew how to run a campaign. These guys don't. They have a flawed candidate, but they're terrible. They write memos like this. Smart people. Is there a George Bush memo? Is there a Dick Cheney memo anywhere where he says Dick Cheney's going to go ahead and torture people and is going to ignore the Geneva Conventions, and then afterwards we'll put it through? Is there a memo that says we'll send it, we'll find some 29-year-old hack at the Justice Department, and we'll just have him review everything, and that'll make it seem like we've cleared everything with the Justice Department? No! They didn't write it down.
Or it's in Dick Cheney's human-sized bunker.
Sure, that's fine. It has not been discovered.
Oh, I'm waiting for Geraldo to open that bunker, and then we'll find out. But you're right, they were much more savvy about it. Although, interestingly, a lot of those 18 guys, of course, were Bush administration officials who worked on the torture program. In fact, one of the key writers of the memo.
They're in decision-making roles now, and they weren't before. Something is dramatically different.
No, I hear you.
And a more aggressive media, that's part of it.
Right. Stephen Bradbury led the Justice Department's Office of Legal Counsel on the issue of authorizing the CIA torture back in 2005 for Bush, and he's one of the guys who wrote the memo. So they're like, great, if Romney's back, then we'd jump right back into torture. And what's amazing about the memo, it goes to Ben's point about how unsavvy they are, that I guess they thought there's no way that this memo is going to leak. Because in the memo, they admit it doesn't really work. So they say, it is difficult to settle the question definitively on whether enhanced interrogations, waterboarding, etc. works. By the way, also slamming the guy's head against the wall, leaving him in such cold temperatures that some of them died. Gee, I wonder if that's torture and whether it works. And they continue. It is difficult to argue conclusively that enhanced interrogation techniques would have generated more information than the techniques in the Army Field Manual. We simply don't know what we don't know. By the way, sounds like Don Rumsfeld. So here they are in the memo saying to Romney, funny slip. They say, okay, we have no idea if this crap works, but hey, it's torture and we're pro-torture. So make sure that you bring it back in, either do it immediately or pretend to do this review, and then at the end conclude torture is awesome, even though we just told you we have no idea if it works.